Gentleman from Alabama, Mr. Brooks, for 5 minutes. Where do I put on this side?
Mr. Speaker, between 2000 and 2014, in the 16 to 65 age bracket, and although the American economy created 5.6 million net new jobs, American-born citizens lost 127,000 jobs. All job gains in America and more went to people born in foreign countries. In 2012, 51% of households headed by immigrants relied on welfare, compared to 30% of households headed by someone born in America, thus driving up America's deficits and driving down America's ability to pay for safety nets for Americans. This week, I vote on Paul Ryan's bid for House Speaker. While Paul Ryan has excellent communication skills, is charismatic, understands the economic risk of out-of-control deficits and the like, Paul Ryan and I have a major disagreement on border security. Last week, on October 22nd, Paul Ryan, I, and others met about his candidacy. Border security was discussed. Thereafter, I hand-delivered to Paul Ryan on the House floor at roughly 4 p.m. a letter that states, and I quote, "Paul, struggling American families have lost more than 8 million job opportunities to illegal aliens. All lower and middle income American workers have suffered from suppressed wages caused by the surge in both illegal alien and lawful immigrant labor supply. Your past record and current stance on immigration conflicts with the values of the Americans I represent and causes great concern to me and the Americans I represent. Yesterday, during discussions about the Speaker's race, you made 2 representations about immigration that stood out. They are, number 1, it is unwise or unproductive to bring up any immigration legislation so long as Barack Obama is president. Number 2, as Speaker, you will not allow any immigration bill to reach the House floor for a vote unless the immigration bill is, quote, supported by a majority of the majority, end quote, of Republican House members. Although you talk faster than I can write your words down, I believe the above statements properly reflect what you said. I send this letter to confirm that I accurately portray your remarks and that I may rely on them when the House floor vote for Speaker occurs next week. If my portrayal of your words errs in any respect, please deliver to me before the GOP conference meeting next week in which we are to conduct Speaker elections a written communication correcting my errors. If I do not receive such a communication from you, then I will infer that you concur that my portrayal of your remarks is accurate and that I and the rest of the GOP conference and the American people may rely on your words as I have written them. I need your assurance that you will not use the Speaker's position to advance your immigration policies except when in accord with the 2 above statements, because there is a huge gap between your immigration position and the wishes of the American citizens I represent. Your words yesterday constitute the needed assurance. If your assurances, as I have portrayed them, are accurate, then I am much more comfortable voting for you for Speaker on the House floor and will do so absent something startling coming to my attention between now and the election, which I don't anticipate. If, however, you would use the Speaker's chair to advance an immigration belief system that is unacceptable to the Americans I represent, it will be very difficult for me to vote for you for Speaker on the House floor. To be clear, I intend to publicly share this letter and your responding letter, if any, to help explain to my constituents why I voted as I did on the House floor in the Speaker's election. Thank you for considering the contents of this letter. At roughly 5:20 p.m., Paul Ryan called me and stated that my letter accurately portrayed his immigration representations. Paul Ryan confirmed that he meant what he said and would keep his word. Based on Paul Ryan's representations and my trust that Paul Ryan is a man of his word, I will vote for Paul Ryan for House Speaker on the House floor if he is the Republican nominee. Mr. Speaker, I submit this letter for the record to the House Clerk, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back.